Hey y'all, it's Amber. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Whether you're a first time visitor, returning viewer, subscriber, welcome. I'm happy to have you. Welcome y'all. It has been a whole 6 months and I cannot believe it. Happy June. You very well may hear my little munchkin in the background. He is crawling around. We are close to nap time, so that gives me maybe about 20 minutes. First, if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and do so. Make sure you turn on those notifications so you can be aware every single time I make an upload. I am committing to 1 upload per week. I have come to the realization that I tend to come up with all these great ideas to film, and when it comes down to filming and actually editing, it does not always work out well for me. My son is much bigger since the last time you saw him. He's also a lot more active, a lot more vocal. Say hi. Good job. I have been focusing on my son. So for January, we threw him a birthday party. It was fabulous. February, we traveled to Miami for my niece's birthday. And then for March, spring break, my husband and I went to San Antonio. April was my husband's birthday. We celebrated his dirty 30 and had a really great time. And then now we're in May. It is graduation season. So later on today, we're actually going to my cousin's graduation party. That'll be in a separate video that you'll see in June. But we're going to my cousin's college reveal party. Yay! She actually graduates next week. Next Saturday is my brother-in-law. He is going to be graduating from high school. So we're going to his graduation. And then after that, my cousin is going to be graduating, and then my students are graduating, so I have a lot to do. Anyway, I say all that to say life has been busy. Life has been good. It has been challenging, but I have been managing. I've been coping, transitioning back to work, finding jobs. It's just been a lot happening. So before I get into the 75 focus, let's just get into quick life updates and then we'll go from there. So as you can see, my son is 1 now. He is 16 months currently, and he is so full of energy. He is so opinionated. He is so, he's shy like my husband. It's just so beautiful to watch his growth, to watch his development. He is practicing one of his skills now by standing. Yeah, he's also learning to climb. So that's fun. We definitely need to make sure to get a hold on my anxiety before he is able to do so. It has been really important for me to ensure that I'm taking care of myself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all of the above. Thank you. Because it's important, one, for myself, my health, my well-being, but also because I have a family. I also started a travel business, Happily Amber After Travels, and I'm really excited to launch that, roll that out. I'm going to be releasing some behind the scenes footage of like my training sessions. Yeah. There's a lot been happening behind the scenes, but that's not what we're here for today. What we're here for today is to talk about my 75 focus whimsical wellness soft reset challenge. This is just basically me continuing to do things that have helped my mental wellness, that has just allowed me to spend quality time with my family, to love on myself, spend quality time with myself as well. And just I want to be able to share these things, but I also want to make it a habit, right? These are things that I'm doing sometimes, sporadically, inconsistently, and I really want to make it a point to be very consistent, be very intentional about how I'm living. And I'd like to sell myself up by doing the 75-day challenge. I already have the board on the wall. It has been prepared since December, but we're actually going to get into it because now I'm in the mental space to be able to do it. This is my 75 focus challenge. I know that there has been 75 book, there's 75 hard, which is the inspiration for all of these 75 challenges. There are different ways to do it. Living a life of joy, living a life of happiness, and that does not mean that everything is great. It does not mean that I'm always feeling happy, that I'm always full of joy. But what that means is I am intentionally structuring my life to receive the blessings that I am seeking, to practice mental wellness, to get into physical shape, to structure my life a little bit better and to do more of what I enjoy and what I love. So this is going to be broken up into two different parts. One are going to be my daily anchors. These are things that I'm going to be doing on a daily basis. But then I also have whimsical weekly goals. And so these are things that I'm doing to bring myself joy, to bring happiness. Maybe not necessarily something that I'm doing on a daily basis, but something that I'm doing at least once a week. So we're going to focus it on that. And I am not going to be doing daily vlogging of the 75 focus, but what I am going to do is get clips and bits and pieces here and there, and I will release them on a weekly basis as shorts, but there won't be any full-length videos until I do my midpoint check-in and then my finale check-in. But other than that, if you want to keep up with me on a weekly basis, make sure to check my shorts. Make sure you're subscribed. One thing that I am committed to doing every single day of this 75 focus challenge is for reading at least 75 minutes. I'm not going to put any restrictions on myself where I must read half inside my bed, outside my bed, outside, anything. Whatever it is, whether it's audiobook, whether it's me physically reading from my Kindle, whether it's reading from my iPad, whether it's reading a physical book, whatever it is, I am committed to 75 days of actively reading, whatever that may be. Reading is something that brings me joy. I have loved it for as long as I can remember. I'm looking forward to taking my son to the Houston Library. I am going to be participating in the adult reading for the Houston Library, and I'm just so excited to be able to focus on something that I love, and I want to prioritize it more. And I have been flying through books for the month of May, and I'm so excited about it. So we're going to keep that going. Another thing that I need to do a better job at, y'all, I am terrible with drinking water. I am absolutely horrible. I really want to be intentional about drinking water. I, again, am not setting any goals for myself. Whether I drink 1 bottle of water, whether I drink more than 1 bottle of water, at the least I need to drink a full 40-ounce cup to fulfill my needs. Now, I know that's not enough water per day, but coming from me drinking 0 ounces per day of water to 40 ounces, that is where I feel comfortable. Of course, I would love to drink multiple of those per day, but we're just going to start with 1 and we're going to call it. Another thing that I want to do is move intentionally every single day. That does not necessarily mean I'm doing a workout. That could just simply mean me walking around my campus during some downtime in the day. That could be me walking around my apartment complex with my son. That could be me going to the gym, whatever it is. But I want to be intentional about moving on a daily basis. My son is fast at crawling, so I already know he's going to be a fast walker and runner. Homeboy gonna have me on the move, and I need to be in shape to do that. I need to be able to catch up with him. I need to be able to chase him. We'll get to workouts and things like that in a little bit later. One thing I also want to do every single day is I want to do 1 whimsical joy activity. And so we'll talk about what some of those activities are, but just for a few quick examples, that could be lighting a candle, that could be making a bouquet of flowers, that could be small things that bring me joy, that make me happy. For me, putting on makeup is something that I find to be joyful. By putting on eyeshadow, by putting on blush, and all of those things, that is whimsical joy to me. That is something that makes me happy. It's something that I enjoy doing even when I don't have anywhere to go. And then last but not least, I need to do 1 mental or life wellness task. So that could be a 15-minute cleaning session where I just stop, focus on the room, give it 15 minutes to deep clean that area or whatever the case may be. It could be cleaning out my emails. It could be updating my planners. Whatever it is 1 small task. Shouldn't take anything, again, longer than maybe like 10 to 15 minutes to complete. And that's just something that is going to help me stay organized, help me be less overwhelmed. Just doing small tasks to help me, especially as I get ready to transition back to work full time, I think it's going to make a big impact. And again, I want to get those habits going before I start my work full time. Now, let's focus on the weekly joy task. What I'm going to do to live this whimsy life that I am chasing. I am going to have 3 to 5 structured workouts per week. So what that means is I am going to a gym. I am being specific and intentional about what areas of my body I'm going to focus on while I'm at the gym. That might also include some home workouts. I really enjoy Pilates, and if I am able to find a reasonable place to do Pilates, then I would consider looking into that as well. I want to do that at least 3 times a week, but my hope is that as I get closer to day 75, I can ramp that up to 5 days a week of actively having structured workouts. Not just 3, but I'm going to start with 3 where I feel comfortable, and then we'll work our way up and build from there. I also want to make sure that I am doing a weekly meal prep, focusing specifically on lunches. I want my husband and I to do a better job of fixing our lunch. I want to make it a better point to meal plan and meal prep for the weeks in advance. Another thing that I want to do is have at least one solo reset moment. That could be me going to a bookstore by myself and just enjoying me time. That could be me going to a nail salon, getting a pedicure. But anyway, so treating myself to a pedicure, just allowing myself to be at home and rest, right? Sometimes even when I'm not working, my son goes to my mother's house, he goes to my mother-in-law's house, he goes with my brother-in-law, just to allow me time to get done what I need to get done around the house. So I'm going to prioritize me, and I'm going to do something that makes me feel good. I am also committing myself to one family activity every single week. One family activity, and what I mean by that is including my son and my husband, not just something that my son and I are doing, not just something that my husband and I are doing. If my niece happens to join in, then she's always welcome to join in as well. But I want us to do a family activity every single week. Today, our family activity is going to be going to my cousin's college reveal party. Another thing, yay, good job. Good job. Okay. The husband and I will have a date night every single week. We already do that. Most of the times our date nights are at home, but sometimes we allow ourselves the luxury of stepping outside the house. Sometimes our son joins us. Most of the time we try to preserve date nights for just him and me, for us to be able to connect. So while we do this on a consistent basis, I do want us to venture outside the house a little bit more. So I want to be committed and specific and intentional with my husband when we spend time together, because it's going to be so important now more than ever for us to stay grounded in our relationship, for us to stay connected. And even when the hours get long and the days get long but our time together gets short, we're spending it intentionally so that we are making the most of it and that we are enjoying each other's company. And then last but not least, I am also committed to doing one whimsical activity every single week. And I don't mean that that's the same thing as my daily whimsical joy activity. Some whimsical tasks could also include trying new recipes, just romanticizing my life for the day, and just that's what I mean by the whimsical task, right? I can't romanticize everything, but I can be specific about structuring a day, maybe where I'm doing my solo time, where I just really give myself a day of magic. And to me, that sounds like getting me some coffee. I would like to try some new cafes around Houston and just really refine my coffee taste, because I feel like I'm stuck in the rut, right? I like my iced white mochas, but I'd like to venture into new things, new flavors, new coffee recipes, and especially since I am making my coffee from home. So if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. Leave me down in the comments below. I am going to leave a question for us to answer after every video. I'll pin it in the comments below, and I'd love to hear from you. If you have someone that could benefit from hearing about this challenge, a busy working mom going through postpartum, it's soon to be expecting, just want to structure your life and get a new routine going, feel free to share this video. With that being said, I thank you for being patient with me. I thank you for being here with me. And with that being said, I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.